A little over a week ago, we talked about John Hunter Nemechek and how he was leaving the 38 team, the Front Row Motorsports team, and we were a little bit surprised. And well, we know where he is going now. He is no longer John Hunter Nemechek. He is John Hunter Nemetruck. That's right. John Hunter Nemechek is going to the Truck Series. Yeah, wow. I really didn't see that coming, to be honest with you. I thought maybe a different Cup Series team, but there weren't that many options, so I wasn't sure where. Or an Xfinity team. I was thinking an Xfinity team maybe, but he's going to race full-time for Kyle Busch Motorsports in 2021. John Hunter Nemechek was a rookie this year in the Cup Series, drove the 38 car for Front Row Motorsports. He had, 3 or 4 top 10s. I think he had like a 7th or 8th at Darlington, and then I think one of them was Talladega and another one I can't remember well. But he had some really good runs for that Front Row equipment. He had, as I said, he had some top 10s. He had a lot of top 15s. He did have some bad races. He had a few crashes, a few tires that blew out. But overall, for the 38 team, I'd say it wasn't a terrible year. He had some really good highs. He had some very low lows, but he had some really good highs, which were really promising for him. But he has decided that he wants to go to the Truck Series. One of the things I want to talk about here, which is very rare, we see guys, we see them start out in the Truck Series or, even lower in the ARCA Series or something, and they move up. They go from ARCA to Trucks, Trucks to Xfinity, Xfinity to Cup, and sometimes there's even the jump straight to Xfinity or jump from Truck to Cup. So we've seen that a couple times, but this is a rare one because we see so often guys get rushed up really quick. They do so well in these lower series in their first couple of years. They immediately get thrown in a Cup car, and they don't do as well as people expect because they don't have as much experience. They didn't get that much time in the car in the lower series to learn. And this is one we don't see a lot. And that's John Hunter Nemechek going from Cup back down from his choice. He wasn't kicked out of the 38 car. They didn't, there was nothing bad that happened. It's not like he was awful and he decided to leave or he got fired like that because he was doing bad. He just wanted to go win races. That's something we don't see a lot of anymore. We see a lot of these guys, they get rushed up to Cup and they stay in Cup. Whether they get to stay in their good rides or not, they stay in Cup. But John Hunter Nemechek, he's all about going and winning some races, proving himself that he can win races because, let's be honest, in that 38 car, he's not going to win races in the Cup Series. They've won races before at Front Row Motorsports, but it's been about 7 years at Talladega with David Reagan. But other than that, they haven't been that competitive when it comes to winning. So in order for John Hunter Nemechek to get a better ride, he's going to need to win races in other series, and that's what he talked about today. He said it was definitely a tougher decision for sure. Tried to weigh out the pros and cons of each one of them regarding his decision. But when it comes down to it, I'm a competitive guy. I want to show up to the racetrack every single weekend and have a shot to win. Definitely, I learned a lot and gained a lot of knowledge. I'm looking forward to coming back, even though it is somewhat taking a step back. But at the same time, you have to look at the positives. We're here to win races. And I think that is a really good point from John Hunter Nemechek. Once again, he wasn't going to win races in the 38 car unless it was a plate race, let's be honest. But going down to the Truck Series, to KBM, which is arguably the best team in the Truck Series, the best equipment in the Truck Series, he's going to be competing for races every week, or race wins every week. He should be, at least. You look at that team the past couple of years, they haven't been their best. They haven't been elite. They haven't been winning a lot with Eckes, Lassard, even you see some of the other guys, Todd Gitteland, remember that whole thing with Kyle Busch can stay in his freaking motorhome, that whole thing. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. I think this is a really good opportunity for John Hunter Nemechek. As he said, he wants to win races. And once again, that's something we don't see. We don't see guys go from a mid-pack to lower mid-pack, or a lower mid-pack to not-so-great Cup team back to Trucks because they want to win races. I think that's something big. You look at a guy like Daniel Hemrick. Daniel Hemrick, he's been in the Xfinity Series. He's spent a year in Cup. He's been back in the Xfinity part-time, and he's going to be full-time Xfinity again next year. But he hasn't won anything. You look at his Xfinity Series career. He did make it to a Final Four once, but he didn't win any races that year. His Cup year was not very good, so he had to go back down by choice, I guess it was. But You see that as an example of someone who didn't do great in Cup and was kind of forced to go back down because Tyler Reddick was up and coming through the RCR program. And yeah, so I think I really do think this is the right move for John Hunter Nemechek. You look at his career so far in the Cup Series, he wasn't really going anywhere because he couldn't really do anything. Front Row Motorsports is not a great opportunity for anyone, let's be honest. Yeah, you're going to have a couple runs like John Hunter Nemechek had this year where you're going to get into the top 10. You're going to have a really good drive. You're going to have a really good car. And you're going to get a top 10. Maybe even the top 5. Maybe even compete for a win at Talladega or Daytona. But let's be honest, they're not going to win a race. They're not going to win races. And so this decision, I think, is a really good one because going to another one of the top 3 series, which is Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, going back to one of these lower divisions, but still a very competitive division with guys in the Truck Series still, like you got a young guy, Zane Smith, who competed for a championship. You're going to have Sheldon Creed back. You're going to have Matt Crafton, who's won multiple championships in the Truck Series. It's not like he's racing against a bunch of scrubs. He's racing against some really talented drivers still. As I said, man, I think it's a good decision because he will be competing for wins. He will be in the best equipment, and this is his opportunity to prove himself. So yeah, I really like this decision for John Hunter Nemechek. I really do. I mean, we can look at the Cup Series now. There's so many guys. They go into trucks, they do really good. The next year they're in Xfinity, they do really good. The next year they're in Cup, and everyone's like, oh, they're going to do great. They're going to win races in their first year. They're going to win the championship in 2 years. Then they don't. And everyone's really disappointed. And everyone's like, oh, this guy's awful. And it's like, well, you kind of rushed him up there. You can't rush people up there so quickly. People do it all the time, but Nemechek has won in the Truck Series, I believe, a couple times, but this is another really good opportunity for him to go out and win some races in the Truck Series, compete for a championship in some of the best equipment in the Truck Series garage at KBM. But yeah, that means Raphael, however you pronounce that, Lessard, he's out. That's tough for him. I don't know what he's going to do in the future. I think he missed the playoffs last year for KBM. KBM's kind of been in a slump, as I said, the past couple of years. So they're looking to get back on top of it. I think their current lineup is Eckes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Eckes, John Hunter, then a third car, which they put young guys and Kyle Busch in. Kyle Busch will run 4 races. They'll put a young guy in for the short tracks, and then they'll put someone else in for the super speedways, I think. But, yeah, so that's the news I got for you today. Everything else, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching. As you can see by the background, we're back in the old studio. We're back to the beginning of this channel, I guess. We'll be here for a couple months. As for the rest of the week, tomorrow I will be making a Jimmy Johnson tribute. I've been waiting a couple weeks to do that. Just find the right time, right thing to do for it. I feel like I found the right kind of idea. Feel like I found the right decisions, and I'm going to put that together tonight and tomorrow morning. I'll release that tomorrow afternoon. I'm looking forward to doing that, honoring Jimmy Johnson's legendary career. And then later this week, we will be reviewing this 164 Ryan Blaney Kobe tribute diecast. That will be later this week. We're going to have a Clone Wars reaction, or not Clone Wars, Mandalorian reaction early Friday morning, so look out for that as always. And everything else, I really don't know what we're going to do, but as I said, that is all the NASCAR news I got today. Other than that, if anything else pops up, obviously I'll talk about that, but yeah, have a great rest of your day. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to share. It would mean a lot to me, and have a great rest of your day.